Hey there everyone, it's Val, and welcome back to Tolkiencraft II, The Labors of Valentine. I've been busy today. As you can see, I've finally got my power set up, so let's just have a look here. We haven't actually got any power coming into it yet. That's actually what I wanted to set up here. And we're actually going to switch these around a little bit. I think you're not going to be in the sky, are you? Dang it. Alright, wait. I think we need some power cords. Anyway, while I'm wandering around, you may notice that there has been a lot of changes since the last time I did an end of the day tour. I did a fair amount of stuff off camera. I did work on the walls. I have created a tower here, which is going to be one of the stairwells coming up. The stairwell is only partially built. It doesn't reach up to this level yet. And you may notice that there's a lot of grass down there. And that's actually a brand new layer. It's up one level. So we have an actual basement layer down there. And we'll have a look at that in a moment. And I've been working on getting my draconic stuff built. So you may notice that I was wearing the helm. I can actually put the boots on. I've charged those up. And I'm in the process of charging the rest of the set as well. And right, so what was I going for? I was getting something. Right. I think I was going to get some glass in case I need to move some things. And power. I might have a tiny bit of power ducts left. What do we got? Impulse item ducts. There we go, flux ducts. We'll make use of those. For now, I have to hook up the wireless system that you can do with this here, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm more interested in getting power actually going into it, at least partially anyway. So I think if we just take our wire well, that's output, so I just have to switch these around. I have too many things and not enough spots. Let's change them. Alright. Let's build this out a little bit so we can walk without falling off. Okay, that should be clear to the sky. And let's do that. We'll hook you up right there. We'll put the next one right there, and we'll do that. Now, we don't have the on-off switch on them yet, so I'll have to mess about with that. So until it's daytime, we won't know if it's actually working at all. But in the meantime, we can instead hook this up, like so, and throw some coal in, which I failed to go get. Dang it! Alright, let's go get some coal. Excuse me. Thank you. Oops, down one more. Alright. So what I've done is, while I'm here, I've been labeling these layers for what their eventual end purpose is. And so I will be using them for my own purposes. But eventually, when I turn this back over to the Wood Elves, then I am going to set up storage and possibly fields for growing down here. This layer will be stables. This layer will be food storage, perishables. Didn't want it down so close to the water. this will be the kitchen and the dining hall. Obviously, it's not going to be that for a while yet. But it should work out pretty good. Okay. Let's just stick this on the side here. There we go. So that means I can put you in there to start charging up some. Awesome. Alright, so while that is doing its thing, I will take you on a stroll of more of this. Right. Whoops. So here, this level is going to be a civilian dormitory, library, that sort of thing. And I still haven't decided on whether I'm going to actually have the balconies on each level follow the shape of the original mountain, or if I'm actually going to follow the shape that I've laid out for the bottommost layer. I just can't decide, so I've decided to put it off, like all decisions that you can't decide on. This level will be the military dormitory area. This level, which is going to be the main entryway with the lake out front here. And we're actually going to have another tower here that I've laid out the base for. So when you look at the actual map, you can see this is the tower that I built up, and this is the one that is going to be started. And this level here is going to be a garden area, tentatively. So if we go back down to the bottommost layer, you'd recognize this layer. This is where I used to have my initial house, which was over here. And of course, I haven't moved that. And now, instead of coming out and seeing the sky, you come out and you see the base layer. And the dirt layer is actually above that. That's where the grass is. So this area down here will be used for storage. And also the docks, which will be over there. I'm going to provide some method, possibly a railway, or probably a railway and probably also a road beside it, going from the docks, which will be out here, over to the area where the stuff is going to be stored. And I think that could be a lot of fun setting that up. And right, I'm just gonna go over here, show you the stairwell. I'm still deciding on the stairwell. I think I might actually have it enclosed more, but it's gonna be about this wide, and the idea is that the elk can be ridden up and down these stairs, and it'll just basically spiral up to the top and like go up like this. So you can see this, that goes out on the grassy area. So it's getting there. It is getting there. Right. Well, let's go see how the storage area is actually, or energy storage is actually working, the draconic battery. Alright. So how you doing? You're almost full of energy. That's good. Now, how are you doing? So we'll have to see if it actually transmits. I know that when it's hooked up to the draconic chest down there, it would actually discharge into the draconic chest without setting any levers or any kind of timer. I don't know if it will do that here, or if I will have to do what I've always done, which is set up a timer that switches it between collecting and transmitting. But this is temporary because this is actually not going to be our main power source. So I might not bother with any kind of elaborate switching system, because the other thing that I've been working on... Are you done? Can I take you out now? Yes, you are. Excellent. So where's my leggings? Put those in there. Alright, let's put that on. Cool. Right. See, the other main project that I was working on today was doing all the research for Ancient Warfare. If you're not familiar with Ancient Warfare, I'm still very much learning my the basics here. You need to make a research book, which requires some leather, some paper, and iron. And you put that in your researcher, which you also have to make, and then you set up your research queue. And it's not showing anything here because I researched it all, and you can see that over here. And you can actually go in and you can see items and see recipes. Unfortunately, it doesn't really have, at least that I've been able to find, any kind of tutorial aspect to it. So I am going to have to spend some time learning through videos how to make what I want, which is the water wheel. We also discovered that you need to put the research book over here, so then you can make some other recipes that require this particular engineering station. One thing I just wanted to point out, I took a little bit of fiddling and some help from chat to get this working, but you can actually set up an inventory, and in this case you have to tell it's coming from the south, and I don't know why this has to be south as well, but that's the only way I could get it to work. And when you're fulfilling the requirements to do the research, you put in various materials like sticks and iron and string, you know, whatever it is that it requires. You can either have everything you need put into this chest or everything you need put into here, but you can't have some in here, some in the chest, and some in here. It doesn't seem to understand that. It has to all be in one of those places, the internal inventory or the chest that you're pulling from. But it seemed to work pretty good, and did all the research, and now I can forget about doing the research and figure out how to make my water wheels. So that we have the water spilling down into the pool in that gap right there in the corner. But that is a project for another day. Now, I had the feeling there was something else I wanted to talk to you about. Well, I can't remember what it was, so hopefully it wasn't super important. Oh, I know what it was. It was important, but basically I wanted to highlight a few gifts that I got. This actually was something that was given to me by Zephyr Windspirit. Am I remembering that correctly? Yes, Zephyr Windspirit. And Zephyr had placed this just before I did my end of the day tour from the last time I streamed, and I didn't notice. But a gift of 18 blaze rods, which is very kind. And this was something that BVB dropped off for me while I was working on building the stuff off camera. And this is Reaper, and that is going to give us more heads, or more souls, pardon me. And, well, I'm just going to put that in there right now, since another thing that I made today was this. So there we go. I now have a sword. Sorry, Rapier, you have been retired. Excellent. Well, I think that's about it for today's end of the day stream. I'm sorry that I was a little not quite as energetic as I normally am. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so hopefully it was somewhat informative and entertaining, and hopefully I wasn't talking too slow. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this end of the day tour, and I hope to see you in the stream sometime. You all take care now. Bye.